struggling to calculate working days in Power Automate? Are there too many things to consider, like bank holidays, company closure days, differing working patterns? Some people start on Sunday and don't work Wednesdays, and some people don't work Saturdays, and some people work Saturdays, and the options just go on and on and on. Well, today I'm going to show you a connector that I have built that takes that pain away, and then in one easy step in Power Automate, you can get an answer to what the next working day is in how many days time. Or you can get the first and last working day of a given month based on those parameters. I'm Tech Tweedy, let's get started. So jumping across to Power Automate, let's create a new instant flow. Today we're going to use a manual trigger. But of course you could use any trigger you wanted to, whether it be SharePoint, Dataverse, HTTP request. There's thousands to choose from. Then we're going to search for our connector. And the API key is free and free. Obviously you can call the connection name whatever you want. I've just called it free to show you all what the API key is. Next, we're going to leave the API point where it is, and we're just going to pick a date. Now we're going to pick the date of the trigger, just to demonstrate this. And let's just pick today's date for I'm not using that variable. And as we can see, it's returning that the input date was today's date and the next working day is the 24th. So let's add another step. Once again, searching for our connector, and this time we're going to choose what is going to be the working day in X days time. So let's drop a variable in again, day the trigger was clicked, and we've got our working days as being Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, symbolized by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we want to find out what the working day is in 4 working days time. Let's give that a test. Let's just select today's date because why not? Just run that. And as we can see there, it's worked out the day in 4 working days time, which is the 27th of September. It takes into account what days are working days. You've told it. If we change this now, let's say we're only going to work Mondays and Wednesdays. And let's give that a test. Select a date. And as you can see here, it's said that we are working Mondays and Wednesdays, and the date in 4 working days time will now be the 7th of October. Okay, so let's add another action here. We're going to add the combination action, and this takes a number of parameters in and gives you a number of responses. What we're going to do is use the trigger dates. This is the variable we're putting in at the top, and we're going to set this to only work for Monday and Wednesday, 4 working days time, and then let's give that a test and see what responses we get. And for date, We're going to select sometime in December, probably quite close to the bank holidays. Let's go with the 23rd. So this should look at the 23rd of December, look at 4 working days forwards, and for each day it needs to check if it's a Monday or a Wednesday, and if it's a bank holiday or not. And we can see here, it's come back and told us the next working day available is. It's also told us the working day in 4 working days time. And also from this endpoint, we get the first and last working day of the current month, which is some useful information. So we're going to add some non-working days. Let's say your business is closed over this period, or you've got company parties or training days, but let's add some non-working days. And of course, if you're outside the UK, you could use this to add your bank holidays in. We'll come on to how to not use one of the bank holidays from the option set in just a moment. But as you can see now, it's taken that date of the 20th. It's looking 4 working days ahead. And for each day it's counting, it's checking that the date is not one of those days we've entered. It's not a bank holiday, and it's only counting a Monday and a Wednesday, which is returning us with the 15th of January. It's also telling us the first and last working day of the month. Now this is in Scotland, of course. So they have a bank holiday at the beginning of December this year. But if we want to not look at bank holidays at all, we just need to change this so it's no value. Let's do that again. And that bank holiday at the beginning of December for Scotland should disappear from our results this time. So we can see here, it's still taken out on non-working days. It also tells us actually if the input date is a working day. And as you can see, we're only counting Monday and Wednesdays. Now it's telling us the next working day is the 25th of December. And that's because it's not screening for bank holidays. It's giving us the first and last working day of the month. And as you can see there, bank holidays have been removed. Now let's add another step, looking at that a bit more. Let's add a step. Let's check in to see if today is one of your working days. Now this is just based on the working pattern, so it doesn't screen for bank holidays. And we're just going to say we work on a Friday, which is number 5. Let's give that a test. And as you can see, we've got our results telling us that today is not a working day. And that's because the 23rd is not a Friday. And let's just test this last connector. This is checking for the first and last working day of the month. And we're going to put 1, 2, 3 in here, which symbolizes that we work on a Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. And we're going to find out the last working day. And we're just going to use the date of the trigger, which is today's date. Just enter day there. And as you can see, it's come back and told us the first and last working day of the month, bearing in mind that we only work on Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday. As you can see, there are quite a few options of actions for you to use, from simple to quite complex scenarios. I would really like to hear how you found this connector and if you find it useful. If you have a tricky problem in Power Automate, which you are struggling to achieve with the out-of-the-box connectors or the out-of-the-box actions, please drop me a comment below and I'll see if I can build a connector to help you. As always, please like, subscribe and share. And of course, stay safe. Thanks.